you doing? Welcome back to Leather Helmet Fandom Sports Podcast. We are going into week 10. The two worst defenses are on bye. We had Cowboys and Bengals, probably some other teams. I think KC is also on a bye. So that's going to be bad for fantasy. But sports book wise, me and Josh have been doing pretty good. Josh is now 5-0
last 2 weeks.
And I am 4-2, I think it is.
Yep.
I lost one of each
week.
Yeah, 2-1 each week. So I'm 4-2. Plus, then the reel I put out Thursday puts me at 5-2. 5-2, and but two of mine were locks, so they hit. So we've been doing pretty good. We're gonna move over to week 10 and see what happens there. You want to go with the first one?
Yeah, so I'll start off hot. We got Mr. Trevor Lawrence himself. If anybody's had the not the courtesy, the opposite of a courtesy, the
hatred,
unfortunate Brian Thomas Jr. fantasy effect.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been sucking butt, so I'm gonna say he's gonna keep sucking butt. We're gonna take his under longest passing completion of 34.5. So he has thrown 7 games over this completion, but only 2 of his completions all year were over 30 yards and were to a player that's currently playing. So pretty much every completion he's had over 30 yards, the few he did, were to Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter. So outside of that, and Strange. But Strange is out. Trent Hunter's out.
Who they just pick up though?
Jacoby Myers. So
he's a check down dude.
Jacoby Myers, check down guy, not even a big yak guy. He's 58th this year in yak as the receiver ranking. So unless he catches a deep ball, really there's only one person I'd be worried about hitting this line. That's Dyami Brown. Because he is more of a deep threat type of player.
What's the line?
34.5, I think.
Under 34.5, one pass, like one reception?
Yeah, longest completion or reception, whatever.
What's that? Minus what?
It's just even odds. I think I'll double check, but I think it's like 114 or something like that.
That's pretty good. I mean, PJ Washington could do it, but I don't know about 34. That's insanity. I can't believe that line's even there, to be honest.
Yeah. And he has a really tough matchup. He gets to play the Texans, who are shutting down QBs, especially in the last couple weeks.
Is Singleton back? Let me check that.
Not really anybody can be able to throw on him, so I just love the matchup. I don't think Jacoby Myers, even if he does make a big enough impact, he's not going to make a huge splash play in his first week with an offense. Yes, they're going to have to throw the ball quite a bit, but I just can't see their offense getting going, and I can't see these mediocre, barely wide receiver 2 type players like Dyami Brown and freaking Parker Washington. Like, they just peppered with targets, and they never get long, deep balls because they're not really contested type guys. Like, none of them are going to want a contested catch. They would have to be wide open, beating them in a spread. And Trevor Lawrence has not been great for that. I mean, he has in the past, but not this year.
Yeah.
So I don't see it going any better. So I'm putting a unit on that.
Pretty good depot. I'm still looking at it. I really don't see anyone that could actually do it. Maybe Tim Patrick.
Dyami Brown,
threat, right?
Yeah, but he's just not on the field.
I mean, Patrick got one reception for 26 yards and then another reception for 22 yards. So
yeah, but still all under.
Possibly in, but I doubt it still again.
Like, and none of them are yak.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, they would have to be on a breakaway play on a go route, which I don't think either of them are going to burn anybody.
Texas defense too good for that too. Anyway, good pick. Moving on to my first one. I'm going to start with the dude I just traded away this week. It's tough because I took him as rookie player of the year, offensive rookie of the year. Emeka Egbuka, over 72.5 receiving yards. He's only gone over this 3 out of 8 games, so really is not that good. But he also hasn't been the one on this team, with Evans being in and out and Godwin being in and out, but Godwin really hasn't done much at all this year, to be honest. So the crazy part is the worst production he's had is being the one, which is the past 3 weeks without Evans being in. So you would think like, whoa, this line's like juice like crazy, 72.5 receiving yards. He hasn't done the past 3 weeks being the number one target. But a lot of that, if you watch the games, which I watched all of them, if not 2 of the 3, Baker Mayfield just not been throwing it as accurate as he used to, and he's kind of just been under duress and running the ball. He's also been hindered with like leg injuries, 24/7 hobbling and stuff. So he just hasn't looked like himself. But I think he's going to come out of the bye week slinging it and getting the ball off over and over and over, because Egbuka is still getting the targets. I believe he's getting like 8 to 10 targets a game still, regardless of his poor production from those. So as long as he can keep that up, I see the targets turning into receptions and then easily going over this 72.5. Honestly, I could see the 100-plus game coming right out of the bye. There's no way going into a bye they're not going to recalibrate their game script to fit their best talent on the team, because Bucky's out, to not get like more open. They have to scheme it up. Their coordinator's pretty damn good, right? Well, their head coach. He's been pretty good for
Todd Bowles?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's always a better, decent coach.
So he's been doing pretty good. So I see them coming out of the bye actually scheming up more plays. Not more plays, but more ways to get him open instead of getting this double coverage that he's been getting week after week after week. So if they could do that, I see him hitting it. I'm going to take that 1 unit, minus 114 over receptions of 72.5.
Not bad, not bad. All right, for number 2?
Yep.
All right, number two. So we're going to go juicy because I just feel like this is too much of a lock, which usually I'm afraid of, but I got full confidence.
Probably a parlay
in
then.
the Lions. No, it's just one line.
Okay.
It's juiced. So it's going to be negative 150 odds, but I'm taking the Lions to cover alternate spread of negative 6.5. So right now they're negative 8.5 is their original spread. So I'm taking 2 points off, just saying they're going to win by a touchdown. They get it. The Washington Commanders without Jaden Daniels. They just came off a loss. The Lions have won. After a loss, they've won 12 straight games. And this is like some kind of weird records back to like 2000 or something. But put it this way, they're too aggressive and coach too well and have way too much talent to lose to a Commanders
With no Jaden
Daniels, a hurt Debo, no McLaurin.
McLaurin's out still?
Yeah.
That team's awful.
Yeah. Their
Their
running back
defense is
room's
trash.
just like a committee of garbage fire. Mariota throws picks all the time. I just don't see how they get the ball moving. Even though the Lions aren't the best defense, they're super aggressive.
And we also know Lions are Lions, and they just don't care about not blowing people out. Like they'll just
That's
keep
what I mean.
running
They're
it
going to
up.
run the ball. They're going to score like 40 this game.
Makes
So
sense.
I just feel like
Plus they lost last
super
week too.
that's what I mean. They after a loss, they've
Bad loss too. That was ugly.
after they've lost, they've never not never for 12 games straight. After a loss, they've always won. So they never gone 0-2.
What's Gibbs' line? Because he's for
Pretty much
1000%
since Dan
getting a
Campbell's
touchdown.
era. Gibbs? Did you-
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like they're
touchdown.
going to give him the squeaky wheel treatment because he sucked so much butt cheeks
Last
and they
week.
like hated on him. Well, he was.
Montgomery sucked last week too. He just got more.
I mean,
of
he
a
might have
workload.
been worse, but he didn't let Jared Goff get blown up because he's like, oh, let me not
I
pass
didn't see
protect.
that.
Yeah. It was
He
like
runs
as
Gibbs,
bad as
dude.
freaking, what's his name last Thursday? Mostert. He literally
Yeah.
was just like, oh, go kill him.
Yeah, but it's Gibbs. They respect him. I don't know. That's
I mean, they respect his talent. I don't know if they're gonna
Minus
keep him in as
150?
much, but.
for a touchdown. That's pretty damn good for Gibbs, considering he's
So would you do touchdown minus 150 or would you do 6.5 minus 150?
6.5. You're right.
Exactly.
You said 6.5. Oh, it is 150.
Minus 150, I got it.
Yeah, I guess I would take the 6.5 then, or I combine them together and give me a nice plus parlay. To be honest, because if they're gonna get that spread,
Not a
you're
bad
gonna get a
idea.
touchdown.
I feel like there's going to be 3 to 4 touchdowns by the Lions, if not 5. So it's not an awful idea.
But if anyone's on that team is going to get a touchdown,
It's gonna be something
it's
corny
Gibbs.
like 3 touchdowns at Amon-Ra.
Yeah, it's happened. Or Gibbs, Montgomery gets like 2 touchdowns, and Gibbs just like gets the workload but doesn't get the touchdowns. I don't know, some shit like that.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to my second one. My second one is in the same game I just talked about. Me and Josh were talking a lot right before about this. Rashid White under 45.5 rushing yards. This kind of goes with the Egbuka going over. I don't really think this is going to be a game of like one team blowing out the other team. I don't think it's going to be low scoring, but I also don't feel like it's going to be high scoring. It's literally just going to be a game of 2 teams that are above average.
Good.
Yeah, like they're not the best, but they're not just good. They're pretty good.
I think they're fun to watch. I like them a lot. I think they're both. Well, Bucks need to get healthy, but they're both playoff contenders.
But they both
Super
have
Bowl
good
contenders.
defenses. New England, like one of the best rushing defenses, and then they both have like no real weapons other than Egbuka and nothing on New England.
I mean, 2 weeks ago they had the most weapons in the world. Bucks.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying right now, like it's
Yeah.
just there's really no like they have good offenses, but there's no like superstar that sticks out other than Egbuka.
So QBs, both their QBs are
Yeah,
borderline elite.
yeah. So, either way, the Rashid White's under 4.5. I'm taking that for 1 unit. He went under 6 of the 8 games that he's played. Obviously, we know Bucky was playing in some of those, but the ones that he was a starter in, he only went one of those 4 that he went over it. So regardless of being a starter or not, he still has gone under this 45.5 rushing yards, which is pretty pathetic considering you're getting the starter work on a great offense. But Baker hasn't been that elite this recently, so maybe that's taken effect too. And they've been losing at least like 2 games in the past 3. He's averaged 41 yards per game this last season. So last year when he took the season as a starter, I believe, and then Bucky slowly took it over. He averaged 41, so that's below it. He went under this 5 out of the 14 games, or he went over this 5 out of the 14 games last year. So again, it's just there's so much percentages going the negative way of this or the under of this that it's kind of like hard to not take it. I mean, we got Sean Tucker. I think Sean's his name, right?
Yeah.
Or Deshaun, something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Sean Tucker.
Yeah. The backup of Bucks running backs, he's been getting more of a snap percentage. He's been doing good with the run game. So it's like you have that with them coming off of a bye, which could help White, I guess, if you want to say. But he just statistically, holy fuck,
Titties.
has not done good in the run game whatsoever. Josh used to hate on him like no other back in the
Yeah,
day.
he's always been trash.
Yeah.
They're like, he's so good for fantasy. I'm like, this dude, like, he's like Alvin Kamara light, super light, not even a little light, super light. Like freaking.
I will say when he gets
like
in open
D3
space,
Alvin Kamara.
when he gets in open space, he does break away like pretty damn good. He's like a
Bro,
horrible version of Henry.
I'd outrun him
Okay.
right now.
Just like you said
Straight
that about
up.
Gibbs. Like,
I'd
that's what I look like versus Jeremy.
All
Like
right.
not
All
even
right.
close.
That might be a little exaggeration, but about White, I got him.
Okay.
40-yard
Whatever
dash, I
you
got
say.
him right now.
Anyway, here are Patriots are also first in rush yards allowed per game, meaning they only let up like 40 or 50. I forget exactly what it was, rush yards per game. So they've been the elite and the one and only rush defense in this league. And here's the recent opponents that they have let up. The Patriots have let up. Bijan Robinson, or held to, I guess you could say. Bijan Robinson, they held him to 46 rushing yards, so I get that's over, but we're talking about Bijan Robinson versus White. Pretty pathetic. They're not even close to each other. And then you got all the Browns running backs, including Judkins and Sampson. The only reason I say it is because that's one of the games Judkins went out, but Judkins was looking horrible anyway. They got a total combined of 19 rushing yards. Obviously, horrible team. They're probably negative game script. Then you got all Titans running backs, a total combined 40 rushing yards. Then you got Alvin Kamara and Miller on Saints, They each got 31 and 21 rushing yards, so combined of 52, but that's still extremely low. You got James Cook, I'd probably say top 5 running back in the league right now, 49 rushing yards. So again, it's over that line, but we're talking about Cook versus White. It's just not comparable. Hubbard and Dowdle, this is the one that I would kind of put. Would you put White with like Hubbard? Hubbard's a tad bit over White.
Yes.
Yeah,
Not
that's
much,
how I kind of
but-
view him. Hubbard got 49 and Dowdle got 32. So again, we're talking about all these like trash teams, but when you talk about Bijan getting 46 and James Cook getting 49, it's pretty pathetic. And then you have Jalen Warren, Steelers, 47. Again, it's over, but ever so slightly. Can't compare it to White again. And then actually, you could probably compare it a little bit. Warren's definitely it's definitely better, but maybe not a lot better. And then you got A-Chain at 30 rushing yards. They were probably in a negative game script because they're trash. And then the first round draft rookie the first overall rookie that got taken this year in most fantasy drafts, Genty, only got 38 rushing yards versus them. So that's below it. So I don't get how you can look at that week after week after week with all of that negative or positive evidence pointing towards the under and then take his over. So as much as it could easily just go over by a couple yards because they're in positive game script, I just can't see it possibly being like, hey, I'm going to bet the over on this. Like, to bet the over, I feel like is insanity. But to bet the under, like, it makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to take the under at one unit, 45 and a half rushing yards for Rashad White, negative 114 again. Go over your third and final.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do a little last minute tilt. So I'm gonna tilt to my non-original pick, only because I was looking at Montgomery's work, and I'm just really feeling the squeaky wheel treatment of Gibbs having a bad game. So
pathetic.
I was thinking Montgomery, leaning towards a bet with him, but I just don't confident enough to ruin my undefeated streak. So we're gonna stay undefeated. We're gonna go a little juicy here. We're gonna go that's too juicy.
Go find something else for this.
No, we'll keep it juicy, but not even. So we're gonna go negative 134 odds. Actually, screw it. Might as well go balls deep. We're going even odds, negative 108, because it's not much different. I'm taking Justin Herbert, 260 plus passing yards. He gets the Steelers. The Steelers looked a lot better.
Finish
coming out
off the
bye.
bet before that.
What?
Herbert, you said in a parlay, right?
No.
Oh, it's just 260 for him?
260
Oh,
plus, negative 108.
Okay.
So the Steelers did look noticeably better, even in man coverage. Coming out of the bye, I think they came out of. Whatever they just came out of really bad weeks of getting destroyed in the passing game.
Defense were getting trashed.
I still think their defense is susceptible or suspicious. I don't think it's as good talent wise, and the Chargers just have a lot of weapons. I think they're going to rely a little bit more on Herbert's arm. I think this is going to be a strangely high scoring game. I mean, Vegas has it at
It's literally going to be Bengals versus Steelers all over again.
Bengals for Steelers.
It was like a 80-point game, 70-point game.
Yeah, I mean, this is right in the middle, over under 45.5, so slightly higher game. But I think it's going to be slightly competitive of a game. Like both teams are going to be able to score. So because of the higher upside in scoring, I think they're just going to rely on Herbert a little bit more. Vital hasn't been getting much done on the run game. Steelers actually have a mediocre to above mediocre rush defense. So I just don't think they're going to have breakout rush plays, but they're going to need some deeper splash plays, whether it's McConkey, Keenan Allen, Quentin Johnson, Gadsden. Like, there's a lot of weapons, and the Steelers secondary can't handle all of them. So if they don't get that pressure on the Herbert, and honestly, Herbert handles pressure pretty damn well. Besides just like taking off to run, like he can sit in that pocket and throw better than almost anybody.
Yeah.
So I just like him this week, 260 plus. Probably honestly pull out a win.
Steelers safeties are also extremely hurt. We just picked up two of New England's players to try to.
They got hurt last week.
No, what's his name's been out for 2 weeks now.
So they're starting newbies.
Yeah, not newbies. I mean, the one
New to the
is
team, I'm saying.
Duggar. Yeah, new ones. Well,
Right, cool,
Duggar was
cool.
there last week. He actually had a really good game, which then bounced their
Fuck
defense
him.
around.
He
So
can get hurt.
yeah, they're not well versed, should I say? And when you have a team that's stacked that can spread out the ball like crazy,
Going
anyone
8-0.
can get it.
8-0.
Anyone can get it. So, I'm gonna move over to 1 second real fast. I'm pitching up a crazy parlay that I'm about to announce after this.
Only done the same game so far.
Yeah. So I got my last bet. I got Judkins versus the Jets. Browns versus the Jets.
First game without Quinn Williams.
Oh yeah, and a receiver or cornerback. Can't think of it.
Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, Gardner.
I don't know how that affects Judkins, but go ahead.
Their defense is just trash.
Oh yeah, just overall trash.
They can open up the field, and then when you open up the field, you can
open
run
up
the
these
ball.
wiener
Yeah,
holes.
exactly. Taking Judkins over 81.5 rushing yards. It's a high line, but when you're talking about a rusher as elite as a rusher, not a player, not a running back, a rusher as elite as Judkins, then it's really not that high at all. It's kind of like giving the line of Nick Chubb back in the day. Before
Will he
started
ever be as good
81.
as Nick Chubb? I don't know.
It's tough to say. Nick Chubb actually had a better team, truthfully, than this team. So I don't know. It really comes down to if the Browns can make a better team or not, which has never happened ever in our entire lives. But either way, he's done this 4 out of the 5 games as a starter, meaning he's gotten 40% or more of the snap, and he was like the true starter. There was one other game where he went under this, but he only had 27% snaps, so I'm not going to count that as the starter. It was his first game back as whatever you want to call it on the team. But regardless, when you go 4 out of 5, that's pretty damn good. You're going up against a opponent on the Jets that had a trash defense to start with. I wouldn't say trash, but not great. And then you get rid of your 2 best defenses. Basically, your team sold out. There is no camaraderie in that locker room whatsoever. They don't care. They're not playing for their coach. They're not playing for the team. They're literally just there to be there and collect a check. That entire team, other than Justin Fields, I would say, is the only one that's like there to be like, hey, I want to continue to be a starter in this league. That's the only thing I could say. So, regardless,
if he even cares.
Yeah, I think
He might
Browns
be like, screw this, I'm done.
I'm not sure if the Browns are favored right now, but I think the Browns can win this game, to be honest, with how bad their offense is, strictly off of Judkins running the ball. Jets allow 135 rushing yards per game, which is the 7th worst in the league. So like I said, you do that with those 2 defenders. Now you don't have them. It's probably going to be even worse. They feed Judkins like crazy. He's had 18 attempts, 21 attempts, 23 attempts, 25 attempts. Like, he is the guy when he gets back. They're coming off of a bye week, so he's even more juiced and ready to.
So what's the
take
line?
the full
Or did you not
workload.
get there yet?
I already said 81.5.
Oh shit! I was about to say, where does he have 81? Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I like it.
Like I
but
said,
that's high.
as a starter, he's gone 4 out of 5 with that.
Is there a single person this week higher than that?
Oh yeah, 1,000%. Probably
What, Henry? Maybe CMC, Barkley. I don't know.
I don't know exactly. Maybe Colts.
Oh yeah,
Taylor,
definitely
maybe.
Taylor. Taylor's definitely.
Yeah, maybe Taylor. I don't know.
I don't know.
But
It just seems
regardless, like I said, he's an elite rusher when it comes to the groundwork. And when you're getting 20 plus attempts on the ground, you're bound to like at least hit 60. Like I said, he had 10 rush attempts, had 61 on 27% snap share. Like, he is the guy. He is the only motor that is running on that offense. And then all you have really now on that defense, since they got rid of Ward, is I think they got rid of Ward, is their gay boy rusher dude.
And this is even odds?
Yeah.
Or
14. But I'm taking that at 2 units actually.
negative 114?
Negative 114.
Can I interest you in a slightly higher odds similar bet?
Not for this thing, but sure. You can
It's like the same
throw
thing.
it to me.
Judkins,
Yeah.
80 yards, but he's the first one to 80 rushing yards. So, like, unless you're worried about Brees
Don't
Hall
like
or
that.
Justin, you don't like getting better odds.
Yeah, just because I think this game, like, I think
Who
the Browns
hell is
can
getting
win.
80 yards.
I think the Browns can win, but I literally could think, like,
Like Brees Hall. Who the hell is getting 80 yards rushing?
Honestly, Justin Jefferson breaks away for.
You mean Fields?
Justin Fields breaks away for like 60 rushing yards all the time. Like, what are we talking about?
All the time. I feel like he's done it once this year, maybe twice.
Because he's only played like 3 or 4 games this year. What are we talking about? He's been hurt.
Whatever.
But I mean, he's done before. I'm not saying it's a bad play because I think he's going to get like over 100 rushing yards. To be honest, it's just more or less who's getting there first, and like, do I care that much about that bet to then risk it? It's like, I don't know. Just what's the odds on it?
Plus 110.
Yeah, see, no, that's
still
too low.
You
mean 2? Then sure. But anyway, taking that at 2 units, minus 114, 81 rushing yards, the over. And that is our 3 picks of the week each. Real fast. All right, so I got a long shot parlay. If this hits, I will be giving away
2 donkeys.
The whole share of it. Whoa. Which really is not much at all. It's $218. That'll be given away. Jonathan Taylor, anytime touchdown. Also, remember, before I get to this, like, comment, subscribe if you care. If you don't, just subscribe. That's the only way you're really going to get the share of the pot if it hits. So make sure you do it. If you don't, it's on you. Jonathan Taylor, anytime touchdown. Bijan Robinson, anytime touchdown. They go against each other. They both have not gotten touchdowns in the past game. Bijan hasn't had one in the past 3 weeks. So I think Taylor's easily going to get his touchdown, considering he didn't get it last week and had a bad game. And then you say Bijan's missed the past 3 games. I think he's due for one, and he keeps getting robbed over and over by their stupid head coach. Then I'm moving on to this, the hardest one. It's plus 550 just for it. But Drake May, most rushing yards versus Buccaneers. Both of their starting running backs are at like the 40-ish rushing yards, and Drake May's gone over this 3 times over their over-unders on the running backs 3 times this year. So is it insane? No. Can it happen? Yeah. So we're going to put that in it. Then I got Gibbs, anytime touchdown. He played piss poor last week. Didn't get a touchdown. He hasn't gone back-to-back missing weeks of a touchdown since the first 2 weeks of, not the first 2 weeks, but the first week, first part of the year. And then I got Rome Odunze to go over 53.5 rushing yards. Guess what? The Bears had like,
guess what, guys?
40 points plus. Rome Odunze had 0 targets. No, 3 targets, 0 catches, 0 points. So there's no way in hell.
Loveland days.
So there's no way in hell.
Yeah, because
Daddy Odunze,
his dad said no more.
Yeah.
No more, guys. You got to
Versus the
get
Giants,
my son.
he's going to go over 53.5 easily. And then the last leg is Derrick Henry, anytime touchdown. That brings you at plus 8,361 odds. You bring it in at $218. So make sure you get on it, like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe if you want to be part of the giveaway if it hits. If it doesn't, oh well, we move on to next week. You can actually follow us and place our bets because we've been doing pretty damn good. If you stayed with us, you probably would be, I'd imagine, easily like probably plus 20 units. I'll have to put that together this next coming week if we do good again and see how much you would be up if you actually trailed us on every single bet. And every time someone says, I'm going to trail it, they change it up somewhat. But if you really just stick to the bet that we're given, you're going to get your plus money. It's better than stocks. It is what it is. It's more of a risk. But if we're hitting this good, then it is what it is. Take it. Have a great week. Week 11 coming up next week.